What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
Okay. You know you're African. You know you're African now. I'm good. Barefoot. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Look, she's on East Fork with the bench out the mountain.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Oh! That's over. Let's let it go. Well, get him a bat of there.
Get him a bat of there.
Get him a bat of there. Get him a bat of there, bro. Get him a bat of there, Jim. It's over. You better take your whole shoulder out.
Oh shit. Oh, here. Oh, that's about to hurt.
You got it.
We have wrestling matches.
Oh, he said round 2. This is round 2. Hold up, y'all.
Oh, you
about to get him.
Oh, you get him.
Go ahead, bro. Hey, he's chilling. Hey, he's just chilling. Man, out here getting ready for the UFC, man. Y'all better stop playing.
In the arm bar.
He getting ready for that Conor McGregor money.
All right, man, we back, Goodfella Sports. See, let's talk some boxing. Y'all seen Terrence Crawford, right? Y'all seen what he did. That's probably why Errol Spence ain't talking about fighting him. He spoke on Manny Pacquiao, but first talk about him speaking about Canelo Alvarez to the Sun. It's a UK publication. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. He is calling out Pacquiao. Again, also calling out Canelo again. He said that he would love to fight Canelo at 160. That's a huge fight at AT&T Stadium, Jerry World, where the Cowboys play now. And, you know, he been calling out Canelo for years, you know. At some point, maybe he is going to jump over 54 and go to 60. That is a big fight, for sure. But you actually got to think about, hey, man, you got more work to do at 147. What you talking about, you know, fight Canelo Alvarez at 160? Look, if you want to fight him at 160, go ahead and drop the belts at 147. Let Danny Garcia or Sean Porter or Keith Thurman collect the belts of Bud, and we could do it that way. But tired of hearing them talk about, you know, going up to 160 and fight Canelo Alvarez. Nigga, you talking about something that you want to do in the future. We talking about right now. You know, why don't you go ahead and fight, Keith Thurman or, you know, fight Terrence Crawford. You know, you talking about, oh, you know, I would love to fight Canelo and do this, do that. Canelo will beat the dog walking shit out of you. Do you understand that, bro? That's a cash out. And you talking about fighting Canelo and talking about fighting Pacquiao, you better worry about Danny Garcia. For real. You barely beat Sean Porter. You talking about, what if he did fight Canelo Alvarez? He has no chance at beating Canelo Alvarez. Even if he beat Canelo Alvarez physically, Oscar gonna rob him. The Zone gonna rob him. But who knows? Maybe he's just talking about actually something that's gonna happen in the future. What if Bob Arum helped Canelo get out that lawsuit and beat the Zone and Canelo come over to PBC? I don't think Al Heyman had no issue putting Errol Spence in there with Canelo. He'd rather put him in there with Canelo before he put him in there with Bud. Straight up and down. And we just talking, you know, actual reality, and that's just how he functioning. But him fighting Canelo, I mean, he don't have an advantage over nothing. He might have more reach. He might be a little taller. We're talking about hand speed. You're talking about punching power. We're talking about being acclimated to the weight. You're just talking about body punching. I mean, who knows how you're gonna look at 160? Is he gonna be faster? Is he gonna be more athletic? He just don't have the skill set to beat Canelo or go up to beat taller or bigger guys. You know what I'm saying? He got a good jab, but then again, nigga, you going life and poor for a shitty shine. Life and death with him. You know, to beat Canelo, either you gonna have to be in his kitchen, you know, walking him down, beating him, or you got to stick and move and beat him like Mayweather. And you ain't got no slickness. You ain't got no great feet where you could be on your toes and just, you know what I mean? You can't do what Floyd did. You know, you can't do what Trout did. You can't do what Lara did. He just don't have that skill set. If he beat him, it's gonna be in his own special way. But then again, they're not going to let you walk away without beating Canelo. Unless Canelo, you know, sign with Al. And then Al has shown a biasness towards Hispanic fighters as well too. But that's just the sport we live in. You know, you got fighters in a division talking shit about other fighters like, you know, like why you don't fight them. You know, you got Mikey talking about Terrence. He talking about Errol. You know, like Errol didn't watch him for 12 rounds. Oh, you know, he's not that good. Like, what are you talking about? You know, he talked about Terrence. He talked about, he talked about Sean. Or Sean ain't that good. And Danny, I can beat Danny Garcia. I think they fought in the amateurs. And then when it's time to sign the contract, he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Danny Garcia. I mean, he don't want to fight Danny Garcia. He pulled off and ran over to the zone. You know, this is the era of boxing where they'll talk about their opponent, but they won't fight him. You know, this nigga talking about going to 160 and getting his ass whooped by Canelo. Canelo ain't even a 160 pounder no more. Well, technically he is until he dropped the WBA belt. But, you know, some people be stupid enough to say he could beat Canelo. What does he do better than Canelo? Nothing. He don't have better defense, better head movement. He might have a little bit better feet than Canelo. That's it. You know, arm length, taller than him. Like, nigga, you talking about fighting Canelo. You can't even beat Terrence Crawford. You're not even willing to fight Crawford. You barely beat Sean Porter. It's just, I would expect Canelo to stop his ass. Anything less than a stoppage is just unacceptable. Unless he just bombard him and Errol just got the chin. Can't beat Canelo. Can't beat him. Can't beat him. Not good enough. You can't beat Crawford. I'm not even sure you can beat Keith Thurman. And shit, you know. If you struggle with Danny Garcia to lose to Danny Garcia, then we ain't talking about nothing. But these dudes just really going for the money grab. He gonna just do what Mikey did to him. You know, Mikey didn't have no chance of beating Errol. But he moved up for the money. It was his biggest payday. Mikey knew he wasn't getting a payday down there at 26, 30, 35. When he made versus Errol Spence, he'd never make versus anybody down there below 47. Straight up and down. Real talk. He wasn't going to make that with Lomachenko, but Lomachenko would have made Mikey a fucking legend if he could have beat him. Like somebody else said, it's Mikey fault that Lomachenko didn't have. And then he was scared of Teofimo Lopez punching power. Mikey punched Roy harder than Teofimo Lopez, and he got a better skill set. You know, so if Errol want to jump up 2 weight classes because it's ain't no money at 54, I ain't mad at him. Ain't no money at 54 at all. It ain't a penny at 54. If you're going to fight at 54, you're going to earn every money, every dollar you get. He's not going to fight Jamel. He's not going to fight Jamal at 60. Triple G won't fight him. Who else we got? I mean, Tony Harrison, high risk, low reward. All those fights, high risk, low reward. Jared Hurd, high risk, low reward. I don't blame him if he jump over 54. 54 is a lot of Willie lumps there for. It's a lot of losses. You know, Castanos beat him in the amateurs. Could he do it again? Maybe. Lara. You know, what you get for beating Lara? Nothing. You know, Boucher, Wide, Lubin. At this point, I got to go. Depending on what Earl looked like, Lubin ain't what I thought he was. So, I think Lubin could get Earl, but I would expect Earl to probably get Lubin. He just can't take a punch. I think Earl could take a punch better than him. But yeah, I mean, him fighting Canelo, do it. You know, if that's what you want to go for money, drop your belts, go up to 160. Stop telling us something that you want to do. Just fucking do it. If you ain't gonna, you know, unify all 4 titles, you know, move on. Straight up and down, move on. Simple as that. But the Errol Spence fans gonna give him a pass. Errol Spence tired, the local dummy box community, they gonna give him a pass and say, you know, he should fight Canelo. It's more money, it'll pack the stadium. If you want to do that, good. Drop your belts, move on. Let Crawford and the rest of the division just, you know, figure it out. But, you know, people gonna let him, you know, slide on that comment about Crawford. I'm gonna lead this division without fighting Crawford. I'm just tired of him clout chasing, bro. Clout chasing Canelo. You know, if you want to fight him, go fight him. When his situation done with the zone, go over there. You say you don't fight on ESPN, you don't fight on the zone, you fight on PBC and Fox, you ain't going over to ESPN or nowhere else to fight Crawford. Crawford got to come over there, you know, but you willing to jump over to the zone and fight Canelo. Let's just let you know what it is. He ain't doing nothing but a Mikey. He going over there for a moral victory and a paycheck. And that's what these fighters fight for. You got to credit Teofimo Lopez for going to fight for legacy. Because he could have waited till there's a crowd and he could have made $3 million. He left $1 million on the table. And Lomachenko was getting 5. You know, and probably could have got some more money, you know, depending on how much, you know, viewerships or how many people tuned in to Madison Square Garden. But he about legacy. And it's sad that the 30-year-old Errol Spence don't care shit about legacy. And that's what people got to understand. You know, you got to credit Lopez. I wasn't impressed with his victory. It was more about, you know, Loma being scared of his power, just not doing nothing for the 6, 7, 8 straight rounds. But you got to give him credit. He took that fight for cheap. Or has Errol Spence, you know, go out his way to make the Crawford fight? Absolutely not. You know, he won't go out his way to do shit. You know, and everybody give him a pass for being a pussy. And that's what he is. He's a pussy. I've been saying it. You know? And, you know, Al Heyman had no reason, no problem cashing him out versus Canelo. Canelo would beat the dog walking shit out of him. He couldn't even beat Sean Porter convincingly. He couldn't even knock out Mikey Garcia. So y'all expect him to jump up to 160 pounds and beat Canelo Alvarez? No way, Jose. No way. You know, that's just my opinion. He can't beat Demetrius Andrade at 160. You know, he might can get Triple G. He old, but can he take the power? Who knows? You know, but we move on. He talked about fighting Manny Pacquiao. You know, he said he would love to fight Pacquiao, but if Pacquiao fight Conor McGregor next, he said he'd afford it, and they was paying him that much money to fight Conor McGregor. That's what he would do. But guess what? He not fighting Conor McGregor next. He fighting Mikey Garcia, a guy that you put his dick in the dirt, and you outboxed him for 12 rounds. Now, had you put him in the hospital and did what you were supposed to do and obliterated Mikey Garcia wouldn't be getting the Conor McGregor fight. Conor McGregor not fighting Manny Pacquiao next. He fighting Dustin Poirier or something like that. January 23rd, they talking about. You know, Manny Pacquiao was fighting Mikey Garcia next, they saying. But the good thing, if he do fight Conor McGregor next and don't fight Mikey next, he gets stripped of his WBA. And he might have a situation where Ugas and if Hooker beat Easter, they might fight for it. Ugas and Thurman might fight for it. But, you know, the problem is, you know, a guy like Manny Pacquiao get to fight Mikey Garcia. Which, if you would have did what you supposed to do versus Mikey Garcia and obliterate Mikey Garcia, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So, I mean, he just got to look at himself and look at Al and like, okay, Al, you going to let Mikey fight Manny Pacquiao? Well, I can't get Manny Pacquiao. You know, him and Manny Pacquiao can be fighting right now. You know, they fighting with a gate. They can easily put Danny Garcia to the side and say, you get the winner. But Manny Pacquiao, you know, maybe, you know, he wanted to fight Earl at some point when he got into the car accident. And maybe he heard some things that Earl looked good in camp. Or maybe they just want to do right by Danny Garcia. But, you know, he said that he want to fight a guy, a living legend and all this. But it's about the money. I ain't mad at him. Everything that he doing is about the money. He not chasing legacy. I mean, Teofimo Lopez the only fighter that's chasing legacy. You know, Manny Pacquiao, he already chased legacy, he chasing money. You know, Crawford, he chasing legacy, but he can't get a legacy fight. You know, Tyson Fury, you know, he chasing legacy. You know, now he chasing AJ. But, you know, these young guys down at the lower weight classes, they ain't chasing no money. But the Charlos, with Jermell Charlo, he chasing legacy. He fight anybody anywhere. You put his mentality in Errol Spence, the Crawford fight would have happened about 2 times by now. But he don't want it. You know why? You seen that video how I wrestled that Mexican? I mean that African. I let you see you dunk with a line on your back. You ain't gonna do that, man. And y'all gonna continue to give him a pass. And I hope Mikey get the fight. I do. I hope Mikey get the Pacquiao fight. You know, I like to see Errol Spence cry. You know, he don't want to give us the fight that we want to see. And Jamal Charlo don't want to give us the Demetrius Andrade fight. He want to go on social media talking all that shit about Demetrius Andrade. But you won't do it. Do it. You won't pull the trigger on him. You won't fight him. You know, he talking all that. Oh, I smack a fan and do this, do that, do that. You think a fan about to run up on Jamal Charlo that ain't strapped? You crazy as hell. You know, where he from, if you feel me, where he from, you know, maybe somebody will run up on him. But shit, if they know you, now if they don't know you, and a lot of people don't know the Charlo twins, then maybe, you know, maybe they won't fall. Maybe they won't run up on you. Who knows? Who knows? But he don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Earl don't want to fight Terrence Crawford. You know, who gives a fuck? But at this point, I love to see him fight. Get the Pacquiao fight. We see what he look like versus Danny. Was it December 5th now? We'll see what he look like, but it'll be a good fight. If Danny can catch him and knock him out, it'd be cool. If Earl beat him and knock him out, or, you know, he'd be the first person to beat Danny Garcia by knockout, you gotta give him credit. That's something that hadn't been done before, but he just doing everything what Keith Thurman did, but they putting an $80 price tag on it. Can you believe that they made y'all pay $80? And if you bought a plane ticket and went down there and watched that fight, and you watched that sorry-ass Mikey Garcia and Earl card, that was terrible. Can you believe that? It's crazy. That's how they rocking, though. But, hey, personally, if he do fight Canelo, congratulations to him. Hopefully he do as well as he can. You know, hopefully he win the fight and get the bag. If he do get the Pacquiao fight, he deserve it. You know, and he do get him and he beat him up and he retire him, credit to him. You know, he got 3 belts, you know. It ain't but a few guys that held 3 legit world titles at the welterweight division. They usually would be compared, they would be with those titles, be considered lineal. But, you know, if he don't see Terrence Crawford in his career, or if he don't see Crawford in the next year, I just consider him, he'll never get respect from me. Never. If he fight him and lose to him, I respect him. But really, the most of respect has went out the window for me personally for him. He just, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, back in the day, you know, you wouldn't have got this. You know, you would have had Duran, you know, Tommy, Leonard, Hearn, they pretty much all fought each other. You know, you got somebody that's 30 years old and Errol Spence, who moved down the weight. Keith Thurman, 32 years old, moved down the weight. And these niggas scared to go to 54, so it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, car sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. We got a Facebook group. That link's there too. Want to make a donation, share the video, but Cash App CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. All my shit in the description. Let me know what you guys think. Check our welterweight playlist for more videos like this. Let me know y'all think Errol beat Canelo. If you do, I'm laughing at you. He can't beat him. He can't even beat Sean Porter for real. Let me know what you think about him and Pacquiao, 2 southpaws. You know, you don't see that every day for 3 world titles. So let me know what you guys think. We gone.
Belief about
I'm on the phone.
You on the phone?
Yeah.
You looking at my baby?
No, I ain't looking
right?
at him. I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, man. Next time we come outside, don't be staring and shit like that. I don't like that.
I wasn't looking at him.